Oh boy, it's time to talk about the girl Fern. Now, Fern is not, it seems like she's not performing well, alright? And contrary to what I believe that she would be quite usable, right, when she came out, but you cannot blame anybody for thinking that because Smiley has, um, sort of made some clarifications and some changes as well to how things work with some of the units. Right? It's more likely with Fern, but Fern was kind of a clarification, I guess, that was not present in the original video, right? So everybody thought that she would be able to outspeed Zeo. In my video, I said that too, but I said I wasn't sure because the reason why I wasn't sure, right, is because her speed is tied to her focus, right? And I was thinking like if she was fighting a unit like Solitaria or a unit like Sea Phantom Politis more specifically, the game would have to calculate what her speed is based on the reduction she got from like a unit like Sea Phantom Politis, right? So you'd be like 3.5 focus, right? So, or 2.5, something like that, right? 2.5. Let's say 2.5. But she would be there. So that's why I was thinking, okay, the game has to do calculations on her, so maybe she won't do it. But there was a possibility that she could. You know, the problem with that is people say, well, they don't want Cleavers to just have another tool that they can just use. But I think it's fine because I think it would have been somewhat fine because, yeah, she would have been somewhat like a Zeo, but Zeo has like Zeo's skill 3 has a silence pushback, right? He has a silence pushback strip. She will only have her S1 to do damage, right? So she can't really do too much, especially into like tankier teams. She won't be do that much, right? Now, yeah, you can bridge people, but why do that when you can bring a bridge that can strip the immunity and that can strip the strip the immunity, right? And put on some decent damage as well, right? Push back as well to enable some other units like Tayu or something like that. She doesn't do that for many bridges. And if you're fighting into a turn 2 team and they have buffs, you can't bring a bridge like A-Flank because you have to hit a unit that does not have a buff on it, right? So that her Zeo is better. So I don't think that would have been too much of a problem. Where it would have been a problem, I think it would have been better for people who are playing a little, trying to disrupt like a Zeo team, right? That would have been it for them because she would, if she can build her fast enough, she goes in front and she can cut the Zeo, maybe one shot the Zeo because he doesn't have DFI, or one shot whoever the squishy DPS is in the back of the Zeo, like, you know, anything like that. If they're bringing Ahmed, you outspeed the Ahmed, you snipe the strays or whoever, and now they're just sitting there, right? So things like that. Some people thought she would work, but they did clarify that no, that does not work. So how she technically, how I believe she works is she, whatever speed you build her at, like mine right now I think is 170 speed or something like that. Yeah, mine is 170 speed. But if you build her at that speed, she's gonna get placed. What it looks like is she gets placed on the combat readiness bar according to this speed right here. According to this speed, then then her focus goes up, her speed gets multiplied, and then she starts moving accordingly, right? So I think there's something might be a little bit broken with that. I'm not sure if it's working as intended, to be honest with you, but that's one of her problems, is that she doesn't feel like she's working like she should, right? It doesn't feel like it. All right. As far as her damage goes, skill 3, this thing does a lot of damage. It does do a lot of damage, assuming you're not fighting Empyrean Ilanov or you're playing RTA into the pen resistance buff, right? The pen resistance rule. Then this does a lot of damage, like 30 plus K. like 30k plus, right? 30k plus. I see 30 plus k. That's funny, right? That sound that was a little bit. All right. Skill one. Some people are saying this thing does zero no damage. It does do decent damage again if there's no heavy mitigation, but this thing, I believe it was designed around the repose set, because the repose set they're assuming that she's gonna get hit a lot and she's gonna counter and then reduce her cooldowns a bunch, get into the skill 3 a bunch of times and all of that. But the problem is that along with her passive that lowers her cooldown whenever she gets hit, is that, well, people will just ignore her. People will just ignore her, or she will get sealed, or she will just die to a bunch of fixed damage. There's a lot of things that counter her, man. A lot of things that counter her. So, sleeps for anti-evasion stuff. Everything in the book counters her, it feels like, compared to Freeren, because Freeren could be played a whole different way, and Freeren hits very hard. Freeren is very hard. Okay. The thing, okay, now comparisons, right? People are comparing her to Flan. She's a blue A Flan. No. A Flan, okay. Now, let's talk about the similarities between her and A Flan. So, her and A Flan. A Flan has the same thing. They have focus. They both start, assuming they're not fighting Solitary of the Snow or Sea Phantom Politis. They all start with 100% evasion in different ways. Flan only needs one focus to get 100% evasion, while she needs her full bar, right? Difference there already. She gets speed on everything, and when she gets hit, like I said, people will just ignore her unless AoEs. They would ignore her, and then it gives her a cooldown. Flan gets a dual attack that consumes her focus, that CR pushes her, and her skill 1, Flan's skill 1 has a stun on it. Well, I don't know why it has a stun on it, but hey, it has a stun, it does a lot of damage, and a stun. This one just gives her an attack buff, right? She does not dual attack, which actually, somebody should try that, because I don't own the unit, but I'll probably try with another dual attacking unit. Is that you have her with a dual attacking unit to make her use this a lot more to get cycle of the skill 3 more. Sea Phantom Politis probably would be good, because that's also a counter to her. So you take the Sea Phantom Politis, that's one option that's gone, right? Maybe. I want to see how that works. Actually, I might try that later on. But Flan, dual attacks, CR push on herself, stuns, a lot of damage, right? Way more damage than what Fern does, right? Fern, skill 3, it starts on cooldown. It's just damage. Damage, penetration. While A-Flan skill 3 is, A-Flan skill 3 is damage, CR push for the entire team, defense break as well. So, defense break as well, you know. Flan also has, I forgot to mention this, in her passive, even if you're fighting Solitary of the Snow, Flan still has 50% evasion, so you can still miss the Flan a lot of the times if you're fighting, right? That's the case. Her with zero focus has no evasion and no bonus speed, and she's not going to be getting anything from that cooldown reduction, right? Because she needs to consume focus to get hit, not like Flan. Like Flan, if you pick, like for example, if you pick Solitaria, right? I'm pretty sure if you pick Solitaria with Flan, she still gets, if you pick Solitaria into Flan, they have like a Sea Phantom. She can still dual attack and stuff if she's the highest attack, and she still stuns you. She still pushes herself or whatever. Like, okay, there you go. It's a unit with a bunch of good damage dealing unit with a bunch of utility. Fern just feels like she just does damage, but some people say this is not enough. I don't know. In my experience, This does a lot of damage. Actually, maybe before we finish up this video, we can try to run her in arena again, but it's very hard. Like, compared to free run is super easy to run compared to her. Like, it's night and day. Alright, so what else do I need to mention about her, man? Like, I feel like they need to change something about her. I'm not saying her damage, because this thing hits very hard, although it needs to, you can't start with it, right? You have to ramp up to it, and sometimes it's just very hard trying to get her to that point, right? It's very hard trying to get her to that point, especially in arena. Like RTA, I think it might be easier in RTA because, well, arena is just filled with like these Setsuka things. Like, free run is actually, even though free run is a green unit, free run is better into these teams than Fern is. Alright, free run is better into these teams than Fern is in all of these. This thing is hard because I would have to put Fern in the front, because Eula will one-shot her. Eula could one-shot her. This is gonna blind her, and she's not gonna do good damage. This could stun her with Crown. This thing, obviously, control unit, not very good. I have to buff stack against this, but if I bring a buff stack team, like, I don't know, I'm doing something wrong. I know I'm doing something wrong, right? So I tried to bring a buff stack team, but then what do I miss out on here? I miss out on my CR push. So my tactic to fight scales is bring a faster unit, force the scales to push up, and then seal them with Muna. But if not right now, in this setup, my Muna is the fastest, so I cannot do what I want to do. You know, it just doesn't work that way. I can't do it. If I don't buff stack though, my Fern gets controlled, and, well, she's controlled. If she gets slept, that's actually very bad. Then she can just get hit and die. So it's very, very hard. I've been trying to cook up some teams that can go with her, but it's just not enough. Right? What other teams are there? There's teams like this. Renak, obviously, splash damage galore. This thing could one-shot her. Actually, let's try this one. There's something I haven't tried yet. I want to try both her and Elvira. Let's try both her and Elvira. I'll take out the Illinois. Let's see, and then we'll do a comparison with, like, how free run does things. Right, the elf girl. Where's my skilly? Nice skillies, and then I'll do Elvira. It's probably still gonna pilfer my friend because she has less HP, which is terrible. Alright, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how that goes. I should probably turn up the volume for this one, but I need to fix something before I do that. No. Renat goes. Who does she pilfer? She pilfer here. It gets countered. She should go into the Elvira right here. Yeah, boom. Now, I forced this girl to push up. She's actually right here already, but I want my units to be further ahead of her, right? I push up my team, they push up their team. Right. Now, since she used up her cleanse, I can seal. Boom. Okay. That's kind of how I try to climb, but let's see if it works this time. I haven't tried this before, actually. Now, I want to kind of I want to fear this thing so she doesn't blind me. We got the fear, which is pretty good. Defense break that as well. She can easily just break out of it, but Elvira will target the. I'll do a soul burn here. Elvira will target here. Eula will target here because she's lower HP now. I'll soul burn so she cannot counter me. Nobody can counter me. Actually, she's feared. It doesn't matter. But there you go. Elvira's dead. She comes back with Holy Sack, and then she goes into the Elvira. Nice, right? That's how things should be. That's how it should be. Right. Counter here. Get some souls. Oh, she broke out. She broke out, and then now I'm kind of cooked, right? Because I don't have my cleanse anymore. I'm blinded on everybody. I need her to go. I need this girl out of here. No, I'm dead. So I need this girl out of here. She's gone. Now I'm gonna get pilfered on my girl again. Because of course I will. And you can see she cannot put up the barrier consistently, right? She's struggling to put the barrier up. She's struggling to put the barrier up. Let's see. She has to lap here in order to do that. Yep, she's gonna die to the fixed damage because the barrier cannot go up every turn. It's just so incredibly hard to play here. Like, I'm gonna die here now to the Renak. Like, can I do this? Let's see. No, I can't. And then we're gonna die to the Renak. Like, this team is just, it's so hard, man. It's so hard to run. Now I'm gonna do, let's try the free run team. Watch me try the free run team and it just doesn't work either. It just doesn't work either. Then maybe try it. Which one was it? Was this one? No, it was this one up here. Ooh. Okay. Let's try. Where's free run team? Yeah, this one. Let's try this one. Let's see how this one goes. Right? Let's see how this one goes. Which I did hear talks of them running up, people running more of a speed set build on her. I might have to try that instead. I might have to nuke my Benimaru because he's on like my speed pen gear. Alright, got a counter here, which is pretty nice. To the provoke. She actually went before me, which is very good for me actually. Which means my units could go a little bit further above her. Alright. Now we seal this. We seal this, and then my free run is going. She's zooming. Right. Oh, ES3. We have her souls. We can't die. Even if she's Holy Sack here, if she comes back, she doesn't really do much. They're gonna keep focusing Elvira. I guess I should try to proc this now. Actually, no. I should have tried to proc the Elvira, but the Yolha, but it's okay. She still counter me, man. Come on, bro. I might end up lapping the Setsuka here. There we go. Yep. We will. It looks like we are gonna lap her, and then we just soul burn this because we don't want to deal with that. I know she's gonna counter me, but I don't want to deal with the Hey, stop that! Stop! I don't want to deal with that thing. And just like that, it is ridiculous how much easier it is. Right? It's ridiculous. Boom. It is comfortable too. We didn't really lose our units or anything like that. She's just gonna keep hitting Elvira. Boom. And it's just that easy into that team. Right? Even though I'm playing a green DPS into these units. Into Setsuka, right? Dude, easy. Comfortable. No stress. Just that easy. I wish it was like that for Fern as well, but unfortunately, that's not the case. All those reds are just like me trying to test different teams with Fern, man. It's just, I don't know what to do. I have to figure something out. There's probably something that we don't know. It's only day 1. Well, technically day 2 of Fern, so we'll figure something out. And then eventually I'll try on the speed build next time and see if I like it. If I don't, because speed build is good, but then sometimes you really want repose, alright? Because I guess most people won't focus her, so if she is zooming around the board, then I guess it's fine. But then if they notice that she's a little bit too fast, they might focus her down. But I will try. But yeah, that's been Fern. I probably missed a few points that I wanted to mention, to be honest, but I think I think she needs something more. She needs a little bit something more, or the meta doesn't favor her right now, maybe. But maybe somebody help. Maybe somebody's gonna come along to help her. Who knows? But yeah, I hope you guys are ready for the custom mystic coming up this week. Oh, actually next week, the custom mystic banner. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.